So another process that I would like to spend a few moments with you from the process flashcards, and of course the overall theme of the whole work, which is reported in the book Leadership Challenges, is the decision matrix. This is a wonderful process used at the right time. If you look at page 5 of the process flashcards, you'll find that the decision matrix is found on 2 locations relative to the rational outcomes. It'll be found at level of strategy and the level of work. So it's particularly good to take a highly charged emotional issue that has lots of possible approaches and narrow it down to the one best approach without everybody ending up shooting each other, but to be able to look at it in a highly objective fashion. So the beauty of the process is that it takes a series of possible options, possible strategies around a particular issue, and it weights it against some critical components, some critical outcomes that must be achieved. In some cases, those criteria, critical options, are about principles, some are about goals, some are about financial targets. But every decision has multiple things it's trying to achieve at the same time. And that's what the decision matrix does. So let me tell you a quick story about a time, I've used it many times, but one time that was very personal to myself and our family, where we used the decision matrix. And I've had reported to me by clients over and over again that they often use the decision matrix within their family dynamics, because many people faced similar challenges. A number of years ago, my mom was very ill, and we needed to make a decision as a whole family about what was the best care for my mom. So in terms of the possible strategies, and you'll see that on the graphic that you're looking at, there was the option of moving my mom into a board and care facility, moving her to a skilled nursing facility, moving my dad to an apartment, and my mom staying in the home that they shared, or vice versa. My mom moving to an apartment and my dad staying in the home. There were a number of options, and one of those options would be that she could move with one set of the children. In this case, it was Joyce and I, because we had a nice apartment where she could come and live. So those were the strategies. Now, my dad was highly emotional about this. We all were. There was no way that he could actually live with himself initially with my mom moving away from him because he felt guilty about the care. But as you'll see, it did turn out to be the best strategy. Now, we needed to weigh those options against certain criteria. One of the criteria was, well, what's the best care for my mom? Another criterion was, what could we financially afford as a family? A third might be, what could my dad live with? A fourth criteria, if I remember, was what was going to work in terms of keeping my mom connected to as many family members as possible. So in this particular process, you give the criteria weighting factors, and you end up through the process taking each possible strategy and weighting against the criteria, and you end up getting an objective mathematical total that actually points you to the right direction or the right decision. It may not be the final decision, but it points you to that decision. And it's done in a way that it objectifies it through the numerical ratings, and it actually weights multiple factors and allows groups to make great decisions. I've used this with boards of supervisors, with city councils, with tough budget decisions in school districts, where people are at odds of losing departments, losing their jobs. And it almost always works, because the core element of this, the experiential dynamic that's so critical, is that it objectifies the decision-making process. And you would use it when there's lots of high-stakes emotions at play. So that's a quick overview. So I hope you found this useful. Bye for now.